I am the Technical Services Officer with Destination Canada, Canadian Tourism Commission. We've been a customer of ThinkOn for about 6 months now, and we've been using VM here for longer than I've been with DC. This has been a great solution. We've all heard about the shared responsibility model in terms of information security, but I would go so far as to say that extends to information protection, in that Microsoft is responsible for security and protection of the data of the cloud. The customer is responsible for the security and protection of the data in the cloud. If I need to go recover a particular email, or I need to go and recover a particular document from OneDrive or whatever, and I go ask them for help, they're going to direct me to the Exchange recycle bin or the SharePoint recycle bin, and beyond that, it's not their problem. That's my problem.
Today, if you travel on public transit, if God forbid you're on public transit and the bus gets into an accident or the train gets an accident, there's a lot of protection around you on that, making sure you get to your destination, making sure you're covered from a lot of different insurance policies across the board. But taking that same scenario, let's say I just lost my toque on public transit, or I lost a book, or there's a lost and found, aka a recycle box, that can recover small things really quickly, or you can get those things really quickly, but the likelihood of you getting your stuff out of there is unlikely, and the longer you leave it on the transit, maybe you pass it a couple days, the less likely you're going to find it.
But backing up to another cloud, it takes away from me the necessity to maintain that tape drive. I've seen tapes that were reused so often you can see through them. We say, hey, look, we're backing up from the Microsoft Protected B certified 365 cloud to a Canadian company that's also Protected B, that has been vetted by Shared Services Canada, that's been okayed by CSE. It just makes it a simpler process for us to procure that service.
In the real world, we need to be able to recover anything at any moment. We have one customer that we're working with right now, deals with youth and children, and they're required to keep every email, every document, everything for 101 years. And every time that I go in and meet with customers, they always forget about retention rates.
For 365, they actually back it up directly for us and manage that on our behalf, so that, again, that's something else I don't have to deal with. ThinkOn's support team did a great job of getting me on the right path.
When we look at backup, we try to adhere to a rule called 3-2-1. 3 copies of data, 2 different types of media, and 1 offsite. Essentially not putting all your eggs in one basket to ensure that your data will be in uptime and readily available.
It's really about an understanding of the level of recovery and granularity that's required. There are really kind of 6 core issues that are resolved or need to be considered as best practices. By the time individuals are aware that there's been a loss of data, it's typically around 140 days, and that by far exceeds the standard backup and recovery policies of the platform itself.
When you back up, you want to make sure that your data stays in Canada, right? And ThinkOn is one of the very few providers out there who offers this service and can guarantee that backup data stays in Canada.
If you look at the cloud brokers group within SSC, they list Microsoft, Amazon, and ThinkOn. Oh, okay. So you look around at ThinkOn, and sure enough, they're a VM provider. We were kind of first to the gate on that one. We were ahead of the cloud service brokers updating all of their stuff so that we could pick ThinkOn as a provider through their portal. ThinkOn was able to push that through on their end, got the contract signed, and, we had our storage within a couple of days after that, and we were backing up within a week after that.
What Shared Services and Treasury Board has built here around this framework agreement for Protected B workload is probably the cleanest, most simple procurement process that I've seen.
When you're leveraging Veeam and ThinkOn, it's a 2-click solution.
Been there, done that. It was that easy.
And like I said, TIG's done a great job of making sure your data is fully protected.